Hello and welcome to Amaro's Intuitive Studio on our exclusive Moonlit Magic reading. This is the Leo new moon, and as you can tell, we are a little bit extra glamorous today because we're representing Leo. This is how to handle this lunar phase and what are we clarifying, bringing in, what intentions are we setting for the Leo new moon, and where will we be most powerful this lunar phase. Faith and attraction. So we're going to be bringing in some beautiful new energies. Abundance will return and things will get better. Growth has started, so hold on to your dreams in adversity. You can be magnetic and attract good things, but you must trust in your ability to repel things that you don't want anymore. Be ready for opportunity and avoid extremes that will cause a negative imbalance in your body or mind. Think of connections greater than yourself at this time. Now we are here to heal, and we want to know where we are going to find satisfaction this lunar phase. I would love if you sat down with me with your own cards or journal, took notes, and followed along to see what kind of clarity you can find. If you want more support, please find us on Facebook, our private group, Secret Society of Self-Care. This is number 2 on a spread that I designed just for the moon cycles. And if you want to follow along, you can find a copy of this in that group. Now, this is where we'll find satisfaction, number 2. Every journey starts with a single step. So taking one step in the direction of what we want or one step away from things that we don't want. I actually just mentioned this to someone earlier today, starting with simple satisfaction. Is this satisfying or is this dissatisfying? And taking a step towards what is satisfying, a step away from what's not. And that's exactly right here with the attraction, trusting that we can do that and not feeling guilty for holding that space for ourselves for what we really want to bring in. Freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. What relationships or energetic ties are we holding on to that are holding us in this place of stagnancy? They're energies that we are trying to sustain, and this other party or this other situation is not reciprocating the energy, and it's draining us of life, okay? Where is that going on in your life? Every little cell in my body is happy and healthy. So let's bring a new mantra in. And when we believe in health in our cells at a cellular level, what does that do to our external circumstances? When we start to treat ourselves with respect on this daily, simple level, okay, and just believing in our own wellness, how does that free up and unlock what we are called to bring in or release? Okay, this could be a health journey of some sort. The thing that I believe in most strongly that we need to release is stress. So if there's something that's stressing you in some sort of way, heavy, tension, that is where you want to look first. Okay, so now we're on to number 3. If you're following along, this is something to set our intentions towards for the Leo new moon phase. Again, we're here for clarity. So wherever this is landing, wherever you feel this, that's what it's meant to draw attention to for you. Against the grain. So what is it that we are flowing along with but doesn't quite feel right? Okay, we're either pushing against something in a space that it doesn't belong and it feels like it's too much or too hard to do, or others are kind of pushing against us. It's not a space where things feel natural. Okay, we're trying too hard to maintain it. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away of all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It is a sacrifice to love. There is some situation we are holding on to that we are believing is going to change, that is telling us that we have to let it go. What we're believing for is illusion, okay? Obsession, addiction. It's not true. And if it is, if this is a true connection, we should be able to release it and believe in reciprocation, or believe that it'll come back to us when the time is right. But if it feels really, really heavy and complicated and intense, at least take a little bit of space. I am in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles. Trust yourself, trust your body to tell you what you need. We don't trust our bodies enough. We don't connect with ourselves, slow down enough to allow our bodies to tell us what they need on a deeper level. So that is something to focus on here as our final message. Get focused. Look at this right here. Do you see it? I attract what I want. First, I get clear on. Right now, we're being told to listen to our bodies again and again and believe that we know what we need to draw in and we know what we need to release. Here is number 4, something to be aware of. And if you are enjoying this, please like this video. It really helps me send this out to other people, and I appreciate your support. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Now, that's an interesting sentence, but I believe this is saying there's a heaviness, okay? And we have to sit with it for a little while to understand exactly where it's coming from. What is the root of this heaviness, okay? We've been in it for so long, we really have trouble, we're too close, have trouble identifying where it's coming from. There is a time where we have to sit with this discomfort for a little bit so we know and we can trust in ourselves. What do we really want based on what we don't want? Okay, that's how we learn. That's with these experiences that we don't like. That's where we can be thankful, because we go, I don't want that. And the next time it comes towards you, that feeling, you take a step away from it instead of taking a step into it out of guilt or shame or whatever old reaction would have caused you to allow that disrespectful type of energy before. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. So again, nurturing, nurturing, nurturing. If we want to trust ourselves and we want to truly draw in these connections and these real, true environments that honor us at a soul level, they just feel comfortable and natural. We have to open space in our lives for that. If we're constantly reacting to things we don't want, we do not allow ourselves the energy, okay, the stillness to receive more subtle joys. I am an instrument of peace. So whatever is causing disharmony in your body, trust it. Trust that is what needs to be looked at right now. Where do we need to dig further? Whatever is making you stressed or uncomfortable, it's time to really sit and examine where those connections are coming from. What is draining you? What is reciprocating? You have to start to be, or start with self-honesty on this so you can move forward. What do you feel? Now, if this is not the theme of this time, I don't know what it is. I have to mention right now that at the same time as the Leo new moon, I am running my own very first meditation immersion class. It's a 5-day workshop, and you're welcome to still register for it live if you're watching this and it's still going. And there are replays available in our very first ritual workshop like package, this whole thing that we're packaging up after the class is over. Really, it's just coming out of the mind and identifying again and again and again, where are we feeling this experience? And in the class, what makes it a little bit different is that we're learning techniques to carry through the day, not to necessarily just sitting still, but learning ways to bring presence and mindfulness exercises into your day, so you notice on the subtle levels, what do you feel, what do you like, what do you want. You start to notice when people make you feel weird or icky, or they're rude, or there's just things that are subtle that you'll pick up on that won't make you feel right when you choose to anchor into yourself and shift the energy in you. Illuminate those things in relationships. You may want to take a step back, because that's what's going to happen here. Healing is going to bring that. You're going to be self-honest, or you're going to be in denial, one way or the other. You're either in illusion or truth, and you have to pick a road every time you step out. And what we're being asked to do is surrender illusion. So are you ready to do that? There is a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. This is really about self-belief. This is feeling into you and what do you deserve? What do you believe about yourself and your value? Every room that you step into, you deserve to feel good, to feel honored, to feel like you belong there. I'm not saying that we belong in every space that we step into, but to notice, to feel it, and to step away from spaces that don't make you feel that way. Be kind to those in the space, but if you want to walk away, if you need boundaries, if this is not a space that honors you, that respects you, that makes you feel like you have unfolding potential and you can be truthful and they're truthful and respectful, you have got to start to realize that that is what you are holding the space for. The other things that you want, those really natural and loving relationships that just feel like they fit, they don't have room because of this space that we're holding for the relationships that don't honor us. We all have had them. We've all been the people that don't honor the other people in relationships. It's not a judgment. It's just a noticing. Believing that you deserve to have that sort of environment, relationship, and feeling in your life. Okay? Every day. All the time. I am constantly manifesting my dreams into reality. And manifestation is not this grand magical thing all the time. Manifestation is a thought. Manifestation is a feeling. Manifestation is connecting the feeling to the thought, realizing I don't like that, and making new choices so other things, new outcomes unfold in your life. That is manifestation. That is magic in the real world. Self-honesty, self-trust is magic in real life, and I don't want you to discount that every choice you make matters. You matter. You are here for a reason. Nothing, in my view, is coincidence. So I hope that you're connecting here, and I hope you're finding clarity and that you feel peace as you move through this. If you're still here hanging out with me, we're probably like the same type of people. So I really hope that you'll subscribe, especially if you're new. This is a resource to pay attention to, number 6, if you're following along. Softly, softly, the tender touch. So as we make these changes, we are not being rough, abrasive. We may not know yet. It might not be the time to start setting the boundaries, to take action and remove things from our lives. This may just be a time where every time we spend time with a friend, a family member, we go to a party, we walk in a grocery store, we notice how we feel in that space and we make adjustments. Okay? We're going to start to make adjustments, and we're going to start to frequent places and spend our time with people who make us feel honored. Radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. So what's needed can come next. And that's what we're doing. We're allowing ourselves to release these old attachments that feel heavy, complicated, and even if they're very sentimental or close to us, we have to let the relationships do what they would do on their own. We may be the only one hanging on to this connection, making it last and stay, where we are working ourselves, for both parties, for both circumstances. We are putting in all this extra that's never reciprocated. Okay? That's not a cycle that you can sustain forever. Open up the space for yourself. I am an expression of the powerful, ancient wisdom of my soul. It guides me through life. Self-trust, body connection, that is what we're doing. That is what healing is. Really, the more and more and more I've gotten, or just the further I've walked down this path, it really is just, trusting myself to act in every situation. Trusting that no matter what comes, I can see my way through it. Trusting no matter how intense something feels, that it will pass. These are the lessons of allowing, okay, of this expression of emotion and connection to ourselves. This is what it opens the way for, and you no longer feel apologetic about expressing it. But you also don't feel so harsh and abrupt. You express yourself more softly. So every situation, you've not only honored yourself, but you've honored the other, and you still are expressing your boundaries, your needs, and honoring your value and desires. Now we're on to number 7. This is an effective way to clear our energy for the Leo new moon. Be the hunter, not the hunted. So the others in these situations are not paying attention, okay? It's not about going after them, but you are the one with the awareness, okay? You are paying attention here. You're the one who knows what needs to be cut off and where. They're not going to be the ones who do this. They're not going to take the initiative because they have things to gain from the energy you put into this relationship or this situation that you are not really asking for anything back from it. So you're gaining the awareness here. You're not going to attack, but having this perspective is going to suit you later, okay? It's going to give you an advantage as you move forward. Allow me to give compassion and love to the little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. The inner child, the little one in us, is what we're talking about here. This little one is the one who needs tending to, the one we need to listen to. The triggers, the reactions, when they're stimulated, we tend to react from this place. From the place of this child who didn't know how to process what was happening, okay? That's why when the patterns repeat, it brings us back here again and again. It suits us to look at this. It suits us to notice what situations are pulling at this, okay? Irking this being that you need to honor and protect. This is the one who needs your honor, your respect, your energy. You. The core of you, the belief of you, what you believe you deserve from others. That all comes from here. I am inspired in all that I do, okay? Noticing what's going on around us based on what our inner child is telling us. Those feelings, those gut feelings, they come from this deep place that we need to start to listen to honor. This is not a silly thing. Emotions are not something to run from, hide from, or be scared of. This is what we need to start listening to. This is the core of who we are. And if we don't have high value opinions of ourselves, it's because this child was taught something, a lie, from someone who this child trusted to build them up and to nurture them. Okay, we're noticing now how that reflects in our life, the patterns that have been created, that it draws through our relationships and maybe our career. There's a lot of circumstances where this energy again and again repeats and draws the same feelings again and again of worthlessness until we choose to go in and figure out where they come from, because they're not true. But we do have to look at it. Thank you so much for being here. You know how much I appreciate you every moon cycle. We have the new meditation class. Please join the group for extra support. Like this video before you go and subscribe if you're new. This is the final message from the cosmos, and I popped in an extra card there for us to finish up. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. And if that's not a plug for the new meditation class, I don't know what is. But really coming out of the mind and connecting with our body, our heart, that is the truth. That's where the child is. All those emotions that pop up are not things to be ignored or to be shamed. That's why they keep coming up, because we don't listen to them. Because we think, oh, that's something wrong with me. That's something I need to fix. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything that comes up and triggers in you is meant to teach you something. Just listen. Start to listen, and they do start to soften, okay? Delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. You have to be honest with yourself, okay? You don't have to go out and do anything right now, so don't freak out. Promise. There's nothing to get scared of. This is about giving yourself what you deserve, okay? And if you're afraid, believe me, I understand. It's when you get to that point where you're really close to receiving what you really, really want, that's when we tend to self-sabotage, because we're not ready. We're not at the place where we really can honor ourselves because we don't believe we deserve it. That is the delusion. You are worthy, you are valuable, you are special, you deserve all that and more than you ever imagined, but you can't receive it and have it until you believe it about yourself. I'm speaking to me on this one, okay? I need to hear this. I allow the creativity of my soul to shine through into my world. Your inner creativity. Maybe this calls you to access that through some sort of inner creativity, a hobby that you liked as a child. Something that you need to align with is this innocent, sweet part of you that is calling out to you saying, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to play this game. This hurts my feelings. And it's okay. You don't have to stay in spaces that don't treat you well. And I'm here to tell you that. It's a lesson we all must learn. You don't have to stay anywhere that people don't treat you with respect. Here is our final message. Get focused. Look at this right here. Do you see it? I attract what I want. First, I get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life, what I would do, how I'd react, who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. And I'm really fucking glad that I picked an extra card, because holy wow, like how many words, how the words we use again and again and again. Attract, okay? Desire. You have to picture it, believe it for yourself, and that's when it starts to unfold into your life. You deserve it. It's time to start believing that about yourself. You know I love you. If you followed along, please let me know how you connected with this message. I would love to hear your feedback and what you felt as we went through this. Go check out how to create your new moon ritual. If you're not sure what to do, quite yet for the new moon. And check out the scripting class, because that might be something that helps us really envision what we want from our last slumber party. You might like that. I'll put the link to it below. Thank you so much for being here. Have an awesome couple of weeks.